Hey folks, Daily Landsblog for the 27th of July, 2018. And I am pissed. I'm pissed because I live in a province in Canada. I live in a great province, in a great city, in a great country. And we are basically saying mental illness, you know what? It can wait. So here's what happened, and I'm passionate about this because it involves me and the place that I live, but I wouldn't look at it any differently if it was any other province in Canada, any state in the United States, any place that you live. I think it's relevant. I don't think there's a place on the planet that can say, you know what? We treat mental illness exactly like we would treat cardiology, or we would treat rheumatology, or ophthalmology, or anything that ends in ology. Psychology, psychiatry gets forgotten. So here's my example. That Kathleen Wynne and the Liberals were in power before. They had decided that they would increase spending in Ontario over 4 years by $525 million a year. Okay? They end up getting replaced. They get voted out. Doug Ford's Conservative government comes in, and they decide, you know what, we're going to cut back on that. So this is not a cut. I'm not saying that they came in and decided, you know what, we're going to spend less money. What they have decided is we are going to increase it by a lot less. Instead of $525 million, it's $190 million. That's a massive change. And you know what? It's sickening. It's sickening because we live in a time right now where mental illness is simply disregarded as not being as important. You know, I know that this story exists in every town, every city in Canada, and wherever you live. I know of people, let's just use one case. I know of a family that took their child, he was an older teenager, to the hospital because they thought he was a danger to himself. He was assessed as not being a danger to himself. He was sent home. He ended up taking his life. I'm not blaming the system that exists right now because there is no place for that individual to be. Hospitals can't take everybody that they think maybe is a small risk to themselves. But the truth is that doesn't exist in any other way. If they thought, you know what, maybe he's got cancer. Yeah, he's got cancer, but you know what, he can wait. You know what, let's just wait. Let's wait 6 months and see what happens. It's sickening because it touches all of us. You know, in a couple of weeks, I'm going to speak to a group of people, 500 people who work at a polytechnical institute in Saskatchewan, in Regina and Saskatoon. So 1,000 people in total. And I will ask the question, how many of you in this audience have been touched and affected by mental illness, either personally because you've suffered or someone that you care about? I don't mean you heard about someone on your street who was sick, but I mean you've been affected by it. Out of the 1,000 people, 995 will put up their hands. It touches all of us in the deepest possible way. And yet, still in 2018, we have the nerve to continue to ignore it, to continue to say, it's okay. Well, you know what? It's not okay. It is sickening. It's sickening that in 2018, with all the advances we've had in medicine, it's still 1965 when it comes to mental health. SickNotWeak.com, 24 hours a day, 364 days a year. We're here because someone has got to say, progressive conservative government in Ontario, in Canada, sickening.